Well, David, you've probably seen plenty of tournaments like these over your time. What do you make of the talent on display today?
And I mean, this is the difference when you come to these smaller communities, but I mean, people coming from all over the place, and we've heard some fantastic stories about just jumping on a boat. I mean, sides not making it because of that. So, I mean, this is I think the true grassroots of what we're able to see, and what I found most enjoyable is that our CEO has come out to see what grassroots is all about. And for myself, been doing this for a long time, it gives me great pleasure to be able to know that we're heading in the right direction. And we've got, as you said, untapped talent, I mean, right across our country. And I mean, Queensland's probably the place where they have to travel the furthest, but you're hearing their stories, you're hearing their voice, and you see it in their eyes how passionate they are about rugby league. And I mean, they want to be the next Jonathan Thurston. They want to be the next GI, and I mean, that's great that we have kids up here that your semi-Thaidays have come out of these communities, and I mean, it gives those kids the opportunity to be able to thrive. Places like this to go from here to ANZ Stadium, I mean, this is what it's all about.
You'd have more of an insight than most into what rugby league means to people up here. I mean, what is rugby league up here? It's so important to them.
Oh, mate, it is almost the be-all and end-all. I mean, when you look at rugby league, and I suppose one of the biggest things, and you would have seen it yesterday, that State of Origin trophy, the kids, when whoever was up introducing, it's the trophy that Cameron Smith held above his head. This is the one that Queensland had for the last 8 years, and I mean, the kids just look at it, their eyes are big as dinner plates. It's like they're stuck in the lights, and it's that wow factor that we don't get. I mean, we see it, we probably take it for granted, but I mean, these kids here, even to have the opportunity, raw, untouched, talented, and I mean, we've got enough of it to be able to supply the NRL for years and years to come. And in saying that, we've got to make sure that our infrastructure is right from grassroots up. So this is, I think, potentially for me, a step in the right direction, knowing that as an ambassador, we've got everything in front of us.
Dave, just take us through what goes into organising an event like this.
Look, it obviously has to start fairly early because a lot of the teams have to organise the logistics of getting over here and accommodation and where they're going to stay and how they're actually going to get here, the transport. You know, we've got teams that are travelling via 7-8 hours via dinghy. You've got other teams that they're actually flying from Cairns and further south from the mainstream competitions that are returning home to play for their communities or their islands. So it's very important that we actually make sure that everything, all the information is out there. It's clear, and they know exactly how they can get here.
How important is it this week to have a couple of days, Dave Smith and Rob Moore up here to see what's going on?
Look, I can only applaud the fact that they've come up here to see what we actually do out here in the sort of outer reaches of the rugby league world, I suppose, in terms of the northern peninsula area and up here in the Torres Strait. It's pure footy, and it's footy at its finest form because there's no malice in it. There's a lot of intent in it, but there's no malice, and the players just belt each other from day 1 to day 4. They get up, pat each other on the back. I've been coming up here for 8-9 years. Never sinned in anyone, never sent anybody off. Never had to, never even had to go close to it. So to me, as a footy tragic, that's perfect. I get the best seat in the house as a referee, and as an administrator, you get to make sure that the infrastructure's in place, that they can play a safe environment, and that everything else is covered for them.